Well, good morning, everyone. I am Rick Cameron for the Marketing Communications Office at Mercer University. It's my pleasure to welcome you here today. This is a very exciting day for Mercer University, for the Mercer University School of Medicine, for Memorial University Health Center, and our Savannah campus here, and we thank each one of you for coming today to be with us. At our news conference today, we'll have 4 individuals to speak from the podium. First will be William D. Underwood, the president of Mercer University, and then Dr. Ray McGuire, the Senior Associate Dean for Clinical Affairs on the Savannah Campus and Memorial University Health Center's Senior Vice President and Chief Medical Officer. Following him will be William Bina. Dr. Bina is the Dean of the School of Medicine. He'll be making the announcement and the introduction of why we're here today, and I'll save the 4th speaker to be determined when Dr. Bina has a chance to make his announcement. But thank you for being here today, and we'll now introduce the President of Mercer University, William D. Underwood.
Thank you, Rick. On behalf of the university, I want to welcome all of you to this exciting announcement in the life of our university. It's been 5 years now since our friends at Memorial, under the then leadership of the chair of their board, Curtis Anderson, since our friends invited us to join them here in the endeavor of founding what we all expect will become a world-class medical school at Memorial in Savannah. We were excited then about this endeavor. We believed that a medical school in Savannah truly could become a world-class medical school. We believed a medical school here could contribute in many positive ways to the quality of health care in this community. We believed that a medical school here could contribute in many positive ways to the health care of our entire region, and we felt then and continue to feel today that Memorial was a wonderful partner in this endeavor and that it would be important to this community to have a true academic medical center here in Savannah. And over the last 5 years, we've made tremendous progress towards achieving these goals. First, with the decision in 2006 to bring a medical school to Savannah, then with securing state support in our ongoing partnership with the state of Georgia, then securing accreditation, and then in the fall of 2008 enrolling the first class of medical students here in Savannah. We now have 3 full classes of medical students enrolled, 100 students here in Savannah pursuing their MD degree. We've been able to recruit a really talented group of scientists to our faculty here in Savannah, scientists who are not only great classroom teachers, but scientists who are doing some really remarkable research in conjunction with the Anderson Cancer Institute. So we're proud of the steps that have been taken, but one thing that we've thought would be really essential is to have just the right person to provide leadership for the medical school campus here in Savannah. And of course, the reason for our news conference today is to announce that we've been successful in identifying and persuading a tremendous leader for the campus to join us here in Savannah. Before we get to that announcement, there are some folks that I certainly want to recognize. Maggie Gill, who's the interim CEO of Memorial and plays an instrumental role in the success of the medical school. We've also got several people here who are members of the Board of Governors for our medical school. Curtis Anderson, I see Bill Brundage, who's on the Board of Governors, and Howard Morrison and Frank Rossiter, and there may be someone else that I'm missing, but I certainly see the 4 of you, and a very special member of our Board of Governors who also served for many years as the Dean of the Mercer School of Medicine, Dr. Doug Skelton. And Doug, thank you for being here for this important announcement as well. With that background, I'd like to invite Dr. Ray McGuire to say a few words on behalf of our partners at Memorial. Ray serves as the Senior Associate Dean for Clinical Affairs in the medical school. He's actually got many different titles and wears many different hats. He's also the Senior Vice President and Chief Medical Officer at Memorial. Ray, would you say a few words?
Thank you, Bill. My colleagues say I used to be a doctor, and that may well be true. On behalf of Memorial University Medical Center, our board of directors, our interim CEO, Maggie Gill, our senior leadership team, our medical staff, and certainly all of our clinical faculty, I welcome you to this historic moment, which we have looked forward to for some time now. Memorial opened its doors in 1955, a living memorial to members of this community who had made the ultimate sacrifice for this country. They had given their lives in defense of America. And to recognize them, the unique monument erected to their memory was a hospital. And behind the plans for that hospital was a charge given, and it included, first of all, that we would be a facility that would deliver the highest level of care, what might be considered as a tertiary or a quaternary care facility today. And indeed, we've been faithful to that mission, serving as the region's Level 1 Trauma Center, neonatal Level 3 nursery, and many other specialty services. Also, the charge was that we would deliver care to everyone who needed care. And we've been faithful to that mission, with a charity mission that has been a part of our identity and our clinical service from the outset. And then lastly, that memorial would be a teaching facility. So from the beginning, plans were laid to have formal education, medical education, as a part of the function of Memorial Hospital, which would become Memorial University Medical Center. We opened our first residency here in 1957, the internal medicine residency, followed by surgery and OBGYN in 1959. In the mid-70s, we opened family medicine residencies, a residency in radiology, and our newest residency in 1995 was a pediatric residency. We have a primary care mission predominantly, serving this region and the state of Georgia, and there are physicians in Savannah and all throughout Georgia that have trained here at Memorial. We had medical students here from the outset. Medical students were here by the early 60s, primarily from the Medical College of Georgia, and we continue to have them here today. But beginning in the late 80s and early 90s, we had an increasing presence of Mercer students. And by the mid-90s, the Mercer students were the predominant population of medical students on our campus. And by the early part of this last decade, we entered into a formal relationship with Mercer that enabled us to unabashedly give the name university to Memorial Hospital as a university medical center. For several years, we trained a fixed portion of the third and fourth year class from the Macon campus here. And then, as Dr. Underwood has said, we admitted the first freshman class here in August of 2008. Those students, some of whom are in this room right now, are third year clerks in our hospital, on our wards and floors at the present time. And next summer, we will graduate the first class of MDs who will have completed their training exclusively in Savannah. So we are delighted to be a part of this effort of Mercer University to provide excellent medical education now at the undergraduate level in Savannah, and we're delighted to be one of the two teaching hospitals that are affiliated with Mercer University and the host for the Savannah campus for Mercer University School of Medicine. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and make the announcement of who this person is that's sitting next to the president, and then, but before I ask him to follow me, I want to just tell you a little bit about him. But I'm pleased today to announce that Dr. Philip Malan from University of Arizona in Tucson will now be our Vice Dean of Mercer University School of Medicine and Dean of the Savannah Campus. Dr. Malan's going to start on the 1st of July. He's here with his wife, Carol. So I'm glad you're here, Carol, to look for a place to live. And I think probably all of you have already told him exactly where he should look and not look anywhere else. Anyway, Dr. Malan has a medical degree and a Doctor of Philosophy degree. He trained at Harvard University as a biochemistry and molecular biology. From there, he went to anesthesiology training program at the Brigham Women and Children's Hospital in Boston, and then moved on to University of Arizona Tucson in 1989, where he's spent the majority of his career. I can't remember what the number of years are, Phil, but 22 years, yeah. During that time, he's advanced to a full professor of anesthesiology and pharmacology. He's written over 60 articles in national journals. He's well published and experienced and has expertise in pain management. And I think he has the opportunity to provide some opportunities for collaboration here with our Anderson Cancer Institute and researchers. I would be remiss if I did not recognize the really the hard work and dedication of Wayne Glasgow, who's served as our interim dean of the Savannah campus. Without Dr. Glasgow's steady hand, guidance, and general direction, we would not be poised where we are today to kind of move forward at Memorial as a place of excellence, a center of good care, excellent education for our students and patients in this region. Wayne, thank you for that. Wayne's probably as relieved as I am that this day has been coming. Dr. Malan will start here in July, but I would like to give him this opportunity to say a few words, if you would.
Well, thank you for those kind words. And I'd like to say that I'm very honored to have been asked to lead the Savannah campus of Mercer University School of Medicine as it moves forward in its development. This relatively new four-year campus, in my opinion, is off to a fantastic start, but it's now entering an important phase of maturation and development, and I'm excited to be part of its growth. You've heard about the partnership, you've heard a little bit about the school. Some of what I see is going to be repetitive, but I'd like to share some of my thoughts and observations as I looked at this position coming from outside. First, both Mercer University School of Medicine and Memorial University Medical Center, Memorial Health, are outstanding organizations. Mercer University School of Medicine is regarded nationally, I can tell you this because I'm from outside, Mercer University School of Medicine is regarded nationally as having an outstanding and contemporary educational program and does a very good job of training physicians. Another thing that I really like about Mercer is that Mercer has a focus on serving its community, serving the state of Georgia. The mission of Mercer is to train physicians to serve underserved people in Georgia, medically underserved people in Georgia. So it not only trains doctors, but it trains doctors to go where they're needed the most. And I think that's fantastic. Memorial is an excellent medical center, as you heard, with a long history of medical education. I've been a physician for 26 years, so I think I've learned to judge how good medical centers are, and I can tell you that Memorial really is a world-class medical center. Beyond being a world-class medical center in terms of tertiary care, as you've heard, one thing that totally permeates the culture of Memorial is serving the population of Southeast Georgia and coastal South Carolina as well. So community service is a very important part of the culture, and I think that that's important. I'd like to say, too, that really one of the most important things that attracted me to this position is the people who are here. I think that the leadership team that I met, I was extremely impressed with. I thought they were very dedicated, very skilled. I'm very impressed with the faculty who have been recruited to serve here. Many of the clinical faculty have been local physicians for some time. Many teach in Memorial's residency programs, but also a very, very good basic science faculty has been recruited here. And I think that they have passion both for research and excellence in research, but also excellence in teaching, which are the two things that we need from a basic science faculty right now. I think that the people who are working on this project are committed to this, quite committed to the success of the campus and to doing the best for students, the medical community, and for the state. And I'm also really impressed by the enthusiastic support that I've sensed from the Savannah area community, which I think is going to be really important for the success of this campus. So if we were to look ahead a few years and ask what can we expect from the Savannah campus of the Mercer University Medical School, of the Mercer University School of Medicine, I would say there are several things. I would say that the campus will continue to give Georgia residents the opportunity to go to medical school, and the number of students who are able to go to medical school here will continue to increase over time. It'll train additional physicians for a region that really needs them. Georgia has fewer physicians per capita, or has a number of physicians per capita that's well below the national average right now. I think it'll enhance medical care in Savannah and the surrounding region. It'll advance medical knowledge through research, and the research that goes on here will also feed back on medical education and help us to train better physicians. I think it'll enhance the Savannah area economy as the campus grows. I think it'll bring in very good jobs, for example, and if we're lucky, and with continued success, maybe we'll spin off a company or two from the research that takes place here. One thing that's very important to me, I think that very good medical schools, the great medical schools, are always very good citizens of their community. And I think that one of my personal goals is for the campus really to be regarded as an important part of Savannah, the Savannah area, an important part of the community. This will all take time. It'll take very hard work on our part and the support of the community that we serve, but I think it'll have a very important impact on Savannah, the coastal region, and the state of Georgia. Before I conclude, I would like to say a couple thanks myself. I'd again like to say that I think that the people working on the Savannah campus and partners at Memorial have done an outstanding job of getting this started. And as I take over the reins, I'd really like to thank Wayne Glasgow and everybody else involved in this. I think it's been a spectacular group. I'd also like to thank my wife Carol, who I think was mentioned before, who has been so nice as to give up her job and move 2,000 miles to a new part of the country so their husband could work on a project that he thinks is really important. So thank you very much.